In this video, we're looking at USC and a couple other concepts from this past year. Pretty simple things. We'll break them down and look at some of the details and where the quarterback's looking as far as his progression and what kind of defenses they're trying to beat with that. The first concept we're going to look at is a little bit of a shallow concept at a 3x1. Could be one of those things where it's deep crossers and smash routes. Just a bunch of stuff kind of mashed into one. And right here, we'll take a look and just draw it up to begin with. Over here, they actually have Addison, but he chips on this end, and he goes all the way across right there, shallow. Inside receiver on this bunch, or could be in trips, goes across. They switch the release here. He goes to the dig. He outside releases, and he runs a dig or a curl or something along those lines as well. Could post that. They try to get a high-low right there as well, but in the second clip, you'll see I think they're running a dig right there with the outside guy. Right here at the back spot, probably checking his protection. Probably this backer to right there. Maybe scan and all that stuff, but then he's going to check out. Somehow he's getting to the flats, whether it's an arrow, whether it's a swing, whatever would be the easiest release for him to get to the flats and stretch this. So now you're getting a high-low here with some sort of a smash route, but then you've also got these digs and that shallow coming across. We'll take a look at it, see what takes place. So again, there's the chip. Here's the release by these guys. Outside receiver is actually going to slide to the middle so they can get a free release to the dig. And you see he's coming across right there. Obviously, all those crossers would have a good chance to beat man-to-man. Right here, it's pretty obvious Utah's playing zone. So right there, if they're playing zone, a lot of times you're going to try to get to that shallow side. So he's working across. Doesn't really like the high-low. These guys are getting a lot of depth. This back doesn't get out, so they're really not getting a smash there. He has to sit in for his protection. Probably one of those things where he could get out. Right here, being in the yellow zone, when you're in your -4, probably telling him to stay in just a little bit longer to help. So right here, he's a non-factor. There's the shallow coming across right at the line of scrimmage. There's a dig coming across our first look. Boom, he's looking there. Doesn't like it. Now he's starting to scan across the field. You can see his feet, the way that they're popping. So basically he's 1, 2, 3. Now he's getting back down to the check down. Flipping out to the flats. Good job getting his hip open. Anytime you have a shallow running away from the quarterback's arm strength, you really got to have him open his hips. So right here, good job fundamentally by Caleb Williams, getting his hips all the way around, and you can see he's actually getting all the way to the sideline there. You can't be lazy with your feet there. It's going to be an inaccurate ball unless you're just an absolute freak. So accurate ball right there. It's a 3rd and 10. Utah getting a lot of depth on playing that zone coverage. Flip it down to him. Again, dynamic player. He's going to get 10 right there with that much space easily. Trying to make somebody miss. Make sure you get that first down. But we have a few other clips of this. One in this game and then a couple others throughout the season. But you can see those guys are getting a lot of depth in zone coverage. Check it down there to one of your better players. Let him get what he can get, and right there gets first down. Same call, same game. This time they're in a lot better spots. Right, this back has a better chance to check out. But right here, Addison probably would tell him that you don't got to get that much on it before you go to the shallow. Probably want to get more of a shoulder as far as hands and stuff with the defensive end. Get him in your chest, you're going to get absolutely bullied. Not your game, so right there, just put a shoulder on him. Chip him, make sure he's square to that D lineman as opposed to trying to actually put your chest on him and all that. So just a shoulder, and then go right there to the shallow, which is what they're doing. Back does a good job of checking out. You can see he's scanning. He steps. They don't come. He's getting out as wide as he can, trying to stretch this high-low as he's coming across. Again, switch releasing right here. Outside guys working in. He's that dig. He's coming across. He's kind of outside releasing, running a dig or some sort of a curl. So right there, ball's caught. Looks like he glances over here. Sees his zone coverage. Nobody's really running right there. So right there, probably going to get off that smash. Find that dig. Don't like it. Find the next dig. And he actually likes it. Those in there, you can see he's pretty deep. Right there about 14, 15 yards. Good play there by the corner. Playing down. Good play here by the safety. Playing low, knocks that thing down. But as you can see, there's that second dig. There's the crosser over there getting guarded. There's the third option right there. And obviously, you do a good job of zoning this thing off. Safety rolling down pretty hard right there. So good coverage there by Utah. Playing some sort of a zone match right there with that pattern. So the second time they see this, they do a really good job of covering this up. They even get down and cover that shallow with that safety. So great job covering those digs, getting depth. Then great play there by this DB, getting that thing knocked down. So probably hoping to create a little bit more space on those digs than they were just running up to against Utah. Here's a look against Oregon State. And this time they're just in their typical trips. So instead of that bunch, they're spreading the field right here. So all it is going to be he's working across. He's working a dig. Some sort of a dig, maybe a curl, something like that. He's chipping the defensive end, helping that left tackle, and then he's going to work all the way across the field on the shallow again. Here from the back, again, check swing, but right here they end up getting that corner with that tight of a split. He ends up blitzing, so great job seeing that. You got to stay in and protect because you're the 5th guy in the option anyway, so make sure that you're protecting right there. As you're looking at it, here's the chip from that single receiver. And these guys, you can't really see it, but they're going vertical. I'm assuming they're running those digs and whatnot, getting back to that same concept. He's trying to work across the field, getting through some of this trash that they're dropping. Again, Caleb Williams buying time, being a ball player. Is not one of the best plays in the world, but right there just buying time, getting your completion. This is on 3rd and 9. Probably hoping to get that ball to him a lot faster if you can. But right here, Caleb Williams still looking, trying to push that thing down the field. Gets a completion. Not able to get the first down, but right there, you can see what they're trying to take advantage of. Hoping that they could get those crossers and create some sort of space in that zone. If not, we can double down, see if our guy can get a first down for us. Somewhat of a different look here. Again, they're in empty now, so now they have their fullback here. They actually have their running back. That's Dye going across right there. Working across, dig, right there. So we'll take a look at it, see what takes place. Cal's rushing 4. Looks like they're playing some sort of a zone right there, putting hands on. A lot of eyes in the backfield. You can see Dye working across. He's trying to work that far hash. So right here, getting those guys upfield. Good job stepping up through, being violent through it. Strong throw to that slot receiver. This is actually the number 2 receiver right here. Once he steps up through, the number 2 receiver working all the way across the field on that dig. Has a ton of space. You can see right there, this defender is chasing that number 3 receiver going vertical. He worked so high, such a high angle right there. He took him over the top, opened up this space underneath. And then there's that 3rd dig right there. Shallows right there underneath as well. So good pocket movement right here. Good job being strong through arm tackles, all that stuff. And then able to throw an accurate ball, allowing those guys to continue to run away from those guys chasing right there in that zone coverage. Favorite concepts from this past year from SC. And it looks like they're running with some pretty good tempo. These guys have no clue what's going on there, trying to communicate. Right here, they've got Addison in the backfield. They've got tight end fullback over here. And all they're really doing is they're trying to run some sort of a slot fade. But right here, the slot is actually in the backfield. So right there is a running back fade. So he's going to take whatever defender inside. He's hoping to take the widest guy to sit on the flats. And he's just going to run straight down the numbers right there at the backfield. And again, with that speed that he has, he's going to be able to outrun anybody. There's no safety help right there. As soon as that is seen by the quarterback, knowing that there's literally no safety help, he's flat-footed at all. He's going to run right by him, and that's what they do right here. So as you see now, he just knows, hey, I got to buy enough time to let this thing go. That safety or linebacker is so flat-footed with one of the fastest guys in the country, no chance right there. Ball could be out right now, but he holds it, pumps just one more time. Arm strength still to push that thing down the field, not even close. Easy throw and catch right there, touchdown there for Addison. So it's one of those things, if you can get one of your speed guys into the backfield, knowing that this safety is going to roll away, especially from the tight end fullback. Maybe you got a couple dynamic receivers out here. That safety's working more towards that. And you've got the boundary here. Something to hold inside, something right there to the flats to hold the widest defender. Let them split right there just like a slot fade. And now it's a race with one of your fastest guys in a linebacker or a safety that's low. So right there, great design against a pretty good defense there in UCLA. Able to take advantage of it. Caleb Williams with that arm, even though he pumps that thing probably a little bit late on this football, is still able to push that thing, be accurate for a big touchdown. Good catch. Good job staying in there by Addison as well. Here's a look right here of a concept that we saw in the playoff. Can't remember exactly who it was. Some sort of a smash, trying to hold these safeties, get them off the hash, and be one-on-one with the linebacker. Personally, what I would probably do is switch this back, have him release from the boundary, so then you can throw him to the middle of the field, because the widest safety is probably going to be to the field. You want to run away from that guy, as opposed to if he goes here, I'll be running to the tightest safety right there. So for me, I'd flip him over here, push him through the line of scrimmage as opposed to wide. And now obviously we can read that guy. If he is flying over the top, I can curl that thing up just like you would on the outside with a vertical read. But right here, outside release to the field. This thing gets pretty wide. He didn't release inside the box. He gets hands on, widens that thing all the way to the outside backer. He's there. His backside linebacker is also trying to roll the middle, almost like a Tampa right there. He sees that he's trying to take the middle of the field, understands that's the weak spot when those safeties are getting off the hash. Also, they check release here with that fullback, which obviously the protection is the number one issue right there. Got to make sure you have time whenever that guy's pushing down the field. But obviously, I'd like to get him out, get in that safety's face with some sort of a smash so that you can get him a little bit wider and not let him slide back to the midfield. Because right here, if they do throw it, even if this backer stays low for whatever reason, that guy's actually turned to the middle field because there's no threat there from that tight end getting into the safety's face or anything. So right there, a few things, and right there they're guarding it. Great job getting over the top of it. Now it's just a three-man rush. Tons of space underneath, whether he can check to it or whatever would be great. but right there it's covered up. Caleb starts working, and he ends up just throwing it out of bounds. Right here, just throws out of bounds, a little miscommunication. Smokes a staffer over there. He's going to have a bruise. Wasn't ready for that at all. He's just watching the game. He's probably, eating some sunflower seeds, something like that. Ball's coming at me, 1,000 miles an hour, dead. Try to emphasize right here when you do run this is probably you want to release that back from the boundary, because right there he can run away from the tightest safety. And obviously you want to read that guy where you can possibly sit that down if they're getting a lot of depth. But again, everybody's favorite 7-on-7 route against UCLA didn't quite work out there for SC. Still a good concept, especially if you can protect it. It takes a while for the back to get out and to develop.